Hi, welcome to Ken's Games Collection, and today I want to talk about my continuing quest to recollect for the Sega Master System. So in 2020 I actually got back into the collection a Sega Master System Power Base 2 along with a couple of games that was bundled for it. I also picked up some deals off of the Facebook marketplace where I got a bundle of games together, and last year I probably totaled about 20 games I picked up for the Master System, which was really cool. A lot of it is stuff that I have owned previously, but also stuff like Renegade, Vigilante and Double Dragon. Never owned those games back in the day, and it was so great to be able to pick those games up really cheap. So I came across a website called Fully Retro. I wanted to go through these pages and just see what other games I'm missing from the collection. And for me, this is all about rebuilding what I had. But if I come across something that really grabs me, and I may try and get that. Prices of Master System games are going up. And if you're looking to either recollect or start collecting for this console, you really need to do it now. I've seen prices just going up and up and up, especially on some of the games that used to be so cheap. All of a sudden, word of mouth has gotten them out, I guess, and they're just sort of blowing up to high prices, which, yeah, it's really is now the time to act. So I'm going to go into the Fully Retro. We're going through the first page. And I gotta say, I'm really surprised with the Elec Kid games, especially Miracle World, $176 Australian. I've seen that on eBay for over $200 now. So for some reason, that first game is it's just gone crazy with the pricing of it. I do have Shinobi World. I have picked up Lost Star, but Elec Kid and High Tech World is one of my favorite games on the Master System. And even though it says $32, $31, $32 on this website, I've seen it go for a lot higher than that, and in pretty poor condition, with the manuals all ripped or missing, and the covers is just mangled. Looks like it's been chewed off by a dog or something. But that is a game I really have to get back in the collection because it was so unique, it was so different. I think originally in Japan it was not an Elec Kid game, and they just sort of put it together, rebranded it as an Elec Kid game for the West, I believe. But it was a great game and it did have a lot of RPG elements to it, and that's probably why I enjoyed that game so much. So there's not much else on this page I want. Alien Syndrome, I've always been interested in that game, and I've seen a lot of people with it with the covers in pristine condition, but it's not something that I would really collect. If it came in a bundle, I'd probably keep it. Elf, I always wanted Elf, but I know it's not a really good game. So we go on to the next page, and I'm just surprised. The Asterisk games, they were great games. I did own, I think, the first game on the Master System back in the day, and I'm just looking at the prices here from $23 to $60 to $88. These games are gaining a lot of popularity. They were great platforming games on the Master System, so if I can try and find those three games, I would. I played the first one, second and third I have not played, so it could be something that I really could look into again if I could find it really cheap. There's nothing else there that really grabs me. On to the next page now. Basketball Nightmare. I've heard that's a good game, but it's not for me. Battle Outrun, no, not really. I did pick up Bonanza Brothers. It's really cool. I like that one, along with Castle of Illusion, which is great. Captain Silver, I played that back in the day, but I never really liked that one. And I did not know there was a Speedy Gonzales game, $267. You know, you have to remember with the market for the Master System back in the day, it was really popular here and in Europe, and especially in Brazil. A lot of people don't really talk much about the Brazil market, but it was massive for the Master System, and they actually had their own version of the Sega Master System, I believe. There's nothing much else here. I did have Cyborg Hunter back in the day. Didn't really like that one. Cosmic Spacehead was in the same sort of, you know, it was on the Mega Drive as well. I did play it there. Now I really want to get the Deep Dark Trouble starring Donald Duck. I never played that one back in the day, and that could be a game that I want to build back in the collection, but $103, that's going to put it out of the, that's a lot of money for a Donald Duck game, but it is one I want to get back. Nothing much else here. I do remember Dynamite Ducks was not that bad. And we go on to the next page. There's nothing there. Forgotten Worlds was popular. I never really played it. Fire and Ice, that is just ridiculous. But there's stuff here like Ghost House. I could pick that up for about $20 here in Australia, but it's not something that I want to get back in the collection. Now here's two games I really want to get back. I did own Golden Axe Warrior, and it did feel a lot like playing Legend of Zelda 2, and I think that's why this game is so expensive now. It has that sort of charm, and it looks so much better than what was, the Zelda game on the NES. So it was a spin-off from the Golden Axe series on the Master System. Really cool. The prices are just gone crazy on this one. You got to be lucky to find them cheap in op shops or on like Facebook Marketplace, where people don't know how much some of these games are worth. But I think a lot of people these days are very savvy to what these games are worth. Now Gavilius, the Valley of Doom, I love that game. Again, had sort of a Zelda feel to it. More of an action game than a full-on RPG, but I could pick this one up now for about $49 with a bit of a damaged case, but it's all a matter of just waiting for that one. But both of these games, Gavilius and Golden Axe Warriors, is definitely worth time trying to hunt down. Now I never own any of these Sega card games, and I would love to own one day, but price of those games are just gone high. I do have Indiana Jones. That price has gone up. I paid about $20 for mine. It's not too bad. I did have an Impossible Mission back in the day, and I absolutely hated that game, so avoid that one if you can. Land of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. That's another game I want to get back because I did own that back in the day. I do have Castle of Illusion for the Master System, which is really cool. And I did pick up Lord of the Sword, which I picked it up for $20, which was great. Donald Duck, I cannot stress enough how great this game is. If you can find it, get it, because it's one of the best looking Master System games out there, and at that price it's a bargain. So there's not really a lot of stuff here. I think Master of Darkness feels like a Castlevania game, and for that reason I am interested in it, but again it's a matter of trying to find it cheap. Along with Moonwalker, you're probably better off with the Mega Drive Genesis version of that. I didn't know anything about this Mickey Mouse game. That price is crazy. That might have been one of those releases, I don't know, was it in Brazil? Montezuma's Revenge, I've always heard about that game. It didn't get released here in Australia, so I don't know if it's any good, but there were certain games like Montezuma's Revenge were in World Has Come in San Diego, and I think Alf, they never got released here, and I don't understand the reasoning behind that. Now I did own Miracle Warriors back in the day, which was an RPG. It's been a very long time since I played that one, and you can see the prices vary a lot here on this website. That one looks like it's complete with a map, whereas this one's probably just a game, no manual in it. But it was a great game, so I really want to try and get Miracle Warriors back, just for the fact that it was a game I had in the collection. Now Ninja Gaiden, I picked that up for $39 or $38, I think it was, at a retro store after I traded in a couple of games. Those prices are going up higher than $118, so again I would recommend trying to hunt that one down. Nothing else there really grabs me. Outrun was a classic game. I got that on the Nintendo 3DS, which is really cool on that, so I don't know if I really want to get it. Again, if this was in a bundle, I would definitely get it. So look at the price of Phantasy Star, $549. That would have to be complete. I've seen it going for that price on eBay at the moment, so I'm guessing these prices are coming off of eBay, I'm guessing, but complete with manual, it's really expensive. It's even called a holy grail item, and if you're collecting for the Master System, it is one of those games you really need to have in your collection if you're into RPGs. If you're not in RPGs, don't bother getting it. But if you're into that sort of stuff, but the price, you can't justify that. I couldn't justify that if I wanted to get that now. But I paid $149 30 years ago for that game, brand new. That's just the price it was here. Now here's a game that I've been trying to hunt down for a while now. Psychic World. I've seen prices going for a lot more than $83.99. Again, I did have that game back in the day. I did like it. I think the Game Gear version of Psychic World is a little bit different. And Psycho Fox is another game I had back in the day, and I want to get that back in the collection. What I remember, it wasn't an outstanding game, but it was very cute, very charming with the Psycho Fox character and everything else in it. So for that reason alone, I just want to get that back in the collection. I'm not really looking to build, I don't want to get everything. I just want to get stuff that kind of captures my imagination. There's a Renegade I was talking about. I paid $30 for that, so I got a real good deal there. R-Type, $26. That was a great game, and I love the arcade version of that one. But the question is, do I want to get this one back? There is a remastered version or remake on the Nintendo Switch where it's going to be a lot easier than this. This was based on the arcade. It was extremely hard, and I don't have the patience or the time to try and beat a game like that in this day and age. It's just the way it was. I mean, you got to remember, a lot of this stuff was arcade games. R-Type was an arcade game. It was meant to be hard, so you can keep putting those 20-cent pieces in, or whatever it was back then, quarters. So there's nothing else there. Secret Command, Rocky would be interesting, but I don't know. Shadow Dancer, man, I don't know if I got that one. That was a great game. On the Mega Drive, it was fantastic. I did have this back on the Master System, so definitely want to get Shadow Dancer back in the collection. And I just cannot believe the prices of some of these Sonic games. Sonic Chaos I've seen go for $79 here. I did pick that up, I think about $30. So I got a good deal there. I got the first one, and the second one, Sonic Spinball, that's just gone crazy with the prices. It's an okay game for the Master System, but I guess there's a lot of collectors around the world that's trying to hunt that one down, and prices just gone crazy on that. Spellcaster has jumped up so much. I've had that for a while. $115. Now here's another game, Spider-Man on the Master System. Definitely get that one. $29. That's probably about right. It is a fantastic Spider-Man game. It's actually better than the version that was on the Mega Drive Genesis. That was completely different from this version. But if you're looking at collecting stuff for the Master System, definitely get that one while it's cheap. Now I want to get Super Star Wars. I've seen prices go for even more than this, $120. That's pretty reasonable price. It was a pretty good game, what I remember of it. Streets of Rage, I really want to get that game back. Forget about Streets of Rage 2, that's just too crazy. $242. Man, the Strider games are actually pretty good. I think I've got the first one. I never played the second one, but definitely want to get Star Wars and Streets of Rage back in the collection. It's just a matter of when I can do this. Nothing much else grabbed me here. I did pick up Tasmania, Tennis Ace, Super Tennis, not bad games from what I remember. Tennis Ace was probably better than Super Tennis if I remember correctly. $15 if you can find it, grab it guys, because that's really good. Cyber Shinobi, I never had that one. I don't know if they actually talked about the Shinobi game. I have to have a look at that. Flash was okay. Flintstones, Flash is actually really expensive. Flintstones, I never played that one, so I didn't even know that was on the system. A New Zealand Story was pretty good, but I'm not really into that. Neither am I into the Smurfs. Terminator, I did play back in the day. That wasn't too bad. So we're nearly through all of the stuff here. Tom and Jerry I was interested in, but it's got a timer on the game, I believe, so I don't want to do that sort of stuff. I never realized that Virtua Fighter was released on the Master System. Again, this would have to be in Brazil. I'm sure they got that one in Brazil. And now I was talking about where in the world it's come in San Diego. It never got a release over here in Australia. the Wonder Boy games are just going up in price. Wow, that's incredible. I I've seen this one, the Wonder Boy game, for a lot cheaper than that. That's crazy. And Wonder Boy and Monsterland, I want to get that one back. I got it on the Nintendo Switch playing that, but man, trying to beat this game would be so hard. But just because I got Wonder Boy and Wonder Boy 3, I really want to get Monsterland, and also I want to get Monster World, which was originally on the Mega Drive Genesis, which was a great game. Prices have been pretty stable with that one, but yeah, Monsterland has really gone up lately. Years, The Vanished Omen, that was one of my, I think it was about the third or fourth game I owned on the Master System, and it would be so great to get this one back. I have seen it cheaper than this. It's very rare to see this on eBay here in Australia. And finishing it off, there's nothing else here I want. So having a look at this, I'm going to go back and just quickly add the games I want to the cart, and I'll come back and we'll finish this video off. Okay, so I've added all of the Sega Master System games that I want to get back in the collection into this shopping basket. Let's go through it. I want to get High Tech World back, Land of Illusion, Shadow Dancer, the Asterix games, Deep Duck Trouble, Years, The Vanished Omen, Golden Axe Warriors, Gavilius, Psycho Fox, Monster Land and Monster World, Master of Darkness, which I've heard good things about because of the Castlevania tie-in, or the way it looks. Miracle Warriors, Psycho Fox. Have I got Psycho Fox twice? I thought I did. No, I don't. Psycho Fox, Star Wars, and Streets of Rage. $2,300. Yeah, wow. That just goes to show, just over the last, I guess you could say, 2 years, prices have just gone crazy with Master System games. And you know, for me to get these games now, I would have to sell off a complete set of games for one of the collections. I'm not going to do that. For me, it's about the waiting game, because I have picked up bargains before, and I know I can pick up bargains again. I have said that now is the time to buy. Realistically, who could afford this? I can't justify any of this sort of stuff. Things that are going for $100 plus, it's just going to make it really, really hard. $300 for Golden Axe Warriors, wow. But it just goes to show just the pricing on this. You know, this is a console going back so many years. It was a fantastic console, so many great games, and I really wish I would have held on to these games now. Biggest regret of any gamer was selling off a collection and then years later wanting to rebuild it. So I want to get these games back. It's not going to happen over the next 12 months. It could take a lot longer. Like I said, bundles, finding the stuff you want, and the other things, flipping them. That's how a lot of people do that with the retro market. You buy what you want, you flip the other stuff, especially if you can get bundles. I want to get the original Master System back, because I think that was a great looking console, and I saw in a secondhand store the NES, and I just haven't seen one of those for over 20 years. And seeing that NES sitting there in this shelf, I'm just looking at that thing, and it's like, it's just a big brick type thing. I just didn't realize how big the NES was, where you compared to the Master System. It was very slick design. That first one, it was a brilliant design by Sega before they did the Power Base 2. But yeah, that's the games I want to get back in the collection. This is not going to happen overnight. This is not going to happen in the next 12 months. It could be 2-3 years. It could be when prices go down, but I really can't see prices dropping. I hope it does for my sake, but it's a matter of playing the waiting game and seeing what's out there at good prices, and just biding your time. Keep looking. I do that every day. I go on eBay, look at Master System games. So if you're looking at building a Master System collection, good luck to you. It's going to be hard, it's going to be expensive, but it is worth it if you can find the bargains, and that's the beauty of it, the hunt for those bargains. So until next time, guys, bye.